Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, my name is Wida Yanti and I'm from 4B1. I'm student of University of Muhammadiyah Tangerang and I'm from English Education Faculty. So tonight I'd like to talk my presentation about analysis of student pronunciation as a good speaker. Start from the introduction. Speaking is not only the mouth, but the body can also convey message through body movement in accordance with the brain wants to convey. Communication is body language. Body language must be considered when speaking or speaking in public. Body language is nonverbal communication without words in the form of posture and limb movements. Many movements occur when a person is talking. The body language that can help communication becomes clearly and more confident. A sense of confidence when speaking English will be received by the listening audience. It will really help to convey the message and success in public speaking. Body language is a significant aspect of modern communication and relationship. Therefore, it is very relevant of management and leadership and to all aspects of work and business where communication can be seen and physically observed among people. Communication includes listening in terms of observable body language, non-verbal, non-spoken. Signals are being exchanged, whether the signals are accompanied the spoken words or not. In this paper, I will discuss the video of my friends who is presenting by material. I will discuss how to communicate and movement. I will make the explanation in this paper, which also supports the fulfillment of academic speaking in the 4th semester. Next is literature review. Is understanding speaking. Speaking is the process of building and sharing meaning through the use of verbal and non-verbal symbols in a variety of contexts. According to expert Cheney, 1998. According to research in R1D 2004, what the student needs in a target language is the skill to use the language in acts of communication because speaking is a very complex and different skill to learn, especially by the foreign language student. In the words, learning to speak a foreign language will be facilitated when students are active to communicate, because there is a verb which says that we can learn to read by reading and learn to speak by speaking. Speaking is a language skill or means of communication in which one can express his or her idea, feeling, and information to others orally. Speaking skills need direct interaction in which someone speaks to someone directly. Speaking is the process of building and sharing meaning through the use of verbal and non-verbal. Therefore, the research concludes that speaking is the delivery of language through the mouth and sending their idea or information to others. Next is understanding speaking criteria. In speaking, there are criteria in speaking. Here are some criteria for speaking. Knowing this sort, we can use appropriate pronunciation filters. Dalton and Sheldhorter, 1994, as cited in Cells Murcia, 2006. List 6 important communicative abilities related to the pronunciation. People must have an accent for their first language, and they do not need to be native like speaker in speaking. By accent, we can process people can identify us. However, we need to realize that our accent 15 should be distracting when we speak. We need to know rules in speaking so that people can understand what we actually mean. Secondly, when we speak, we need to know the function or condition when we have a conversation within the specific feathers. According to Dalton and Schulherbert, 1994, and cited in Salsa Murcia 2006, list 6 important communicative abilities related to pronunciation. First is prominence. How to make silent the important point we make. Second, topic management. How to silently recognize where one topic ends and another begins. Third, information status. How to mark what we assume to be shared knowledge as opposed to something new. Fourth, turn taking. When to speak and when to be silent. How not yield the floor to somebody else. Fifth, social meaning and rules. How to position ourselves vis-a-vis our interlocutors in terms of status, dominance or authority, politeness, solidarity or separateness. 6. Degree of involvement. How to convey our attitudes on emotion. Goodwin, as cited in Sales Murcia 2006, adds that good pronunciation learners should also know how to impose pause, pitch movement, and stress. Next is definition of academic speaker. Academic speaking is similar in many ways to academic writing. Is it linear? Is it explicit? It has one central point and it is presented in standard language. Academic spoken style is also similar in many ways in that it is formal, explicit, hedged, and responsible. However, it is less complex and objective than written language. Next is pronunciation. Pronunciation, according to Wikipedia, is the way in which a word or a language spoken. This may refer to generally agreed upon sequence of sounds used in speaking a given word or language in a specific dialect. Or correct pronunciation, or simply the way a particular individual speaks a word or language. Pronunciation is the production of speech sound for communication, and it is very important in communication. According to Kelly 2000, says that to use the stress and the intonation inaccurately can cause problem. In my analysis of my friend's video, that she did a good pronunciation when she speak and explained that what the material was according a definition above. Next is fluency. Fluency, according to Wikipedia, is the property of a person or a system that delivers information quickly and with expertise. Next is vocabulary. Vocabulary is one of the extreme aspects that support speaking activity. It deals with the right and appropriate words. According you are in Harmailis, 2003. Next is body language. Body language, according to the Wikipedia, body language is a type of a nonverbal communication in which physical behaviors, as opposed to words, as used to express or convey the information. Such behavior includes facial expression, body posture, gesture, eye contact, touch, and use of space. Body language exists in both animals and humans, but this article focuses on interpretation of human body language. It is also known as kinesthetic. Next is methodology research. The research design. The function of a research design is to ensure that the evidence obtained enables you to effectively address the research problem as unambiguously as possible. The function in social science research, obtaining evidence relevant to the research problem generally entails specifying the type of evidence needed to test a theory, to evaluate a program, or to accurately describe a phenomenon. This research is a qualitative research. Qualitative research is a multi-method in focus involving an interpretive naturalistic approach to its subject matter. This means that qualitative research studies things their natural setting, attempting to make sense or interpret phenomena in terms of the meanings people bring to them. With its research method, that there are already students who are subject to research. Based on the research task that must be fulfilled, we can use the method to analyze every body movement, vocabulary, and fluency as a speaker. This research is about how to analyze a 10-minute video where we have to analyze fluency in speaking body language, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Next is data analysis. Qualitative data refers to non-numeric information such as interview transcript, notes, video and audio recordings, image and text documents. From the result of my friend's video that I will analyze starting from the pronunciation. As a Wikipedia says that pronunciation is the way in which a word or a spoken language. The truth in the pronunciation done by my friends is almost close to the definition that already exists and are justified. Then is fluency. The object being analysis speak with fluency which is not yet very fluent. When viewed from the fluent definition according to expert and other reliable sources, there are still some pronunciation that are not very clear but can still be understood by the listener. Next is vocabulary. The vocabulary that sounds pretty clear and the sounds sound right, as said by Wida in Harmailis 2003, is one of the extreme aspect that supporting speaking activity. It deals with the right and appropriate word. From the results of analysis of viewing the female student video, the body language that is resistant to the monotonous that looks too much back to the camera, but the movements of the head and body hand look calm and do not show nervousness when speaking. From the result of the analysis of viewing the female student video, the body language that resistant the monotonous that looks so much back to the camera. Next is discussion. Research result. The result of the entire analysis, the sample at least knows how to become a speaker who wants to learn. Sample convey information calmly even though some scenes are a bit annoying, baking the camera and occasionally not looking at the camera. Sample need to learn more and will be a great speaker. Next is conclusion. In this paper, research and experts have provided learning outcomes from body language, vocabulary, fluency in being a good speaker, and structured according to what should be. Body language can help convey the message the brain wants to convey. The body language must not be confused with sign language, as sign language are full language like spoken language and have their own complex grammar system, as well as being able to exhibit the fundamental properties that exist in all language. Body language, on the other hand, does not have a grammar system and must be interpreted broadly instead of having an absolute meaning corresponding with a certain movement, so it is not a language like sign language and is simply termed as a language due to popular culture. So that's all from my presentation. I maybe apologize if there are many shortcomings from my presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.